we've got the wonderful and the amazing Rachel David in our studios, 94.3 Radio 1. And she is born and raised in Bangalore City. She's from Cotton Girls High School. Hi, Cotton.
Bishop Cottons. You forgot Bishop Cottons.
Thank you. She's been taking my case ever since I said what school I'm from. She's just like, I can.
Don't say it to anyone. They might judge you too.
They already know. Okay. She's from Bangalore. She studied in Bishop Cottons, then went to CJC, which is Christ Junior College, and then did her BBM from St. Joseph's Commerce College. And now she's acting in the entire South Indian industry. You've acted in Malayalam movies, in Kannada movies, and now she's doing a Tamil movie.
Tamil, yeah, that's right.
And it's called Walking, Talking, Strawberry Ice Cream.
That's right.
Lovely to have you over here.
Thank you so much for having me, Lee.
Of course, it's great to be talking to you and getting ragged by you. It's been a fun experience so far.
Since you missed out on college, I'm just giving you
a taste of whatever happened.
Taste of what happens in college. Oh. But please, guys, I don't encourage ragging, okay?
She does. She's just lying. Now, I want to have so how did you enter the industry?
So it actually happened it was just destiny. Like, I never planned on getting into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was actually a sports person. I love sports. So I'm actually a state level athlete, so I want to pursue sports more. And for some reason, that didn't go too well. And so one day I was in a mall, someone spotted me, asked me to take a few photos, and I, by default, got into this beauty pageant. Like, I was a part of a beauty pageant, and I was one of the runner-ups.
Wow.
And soon after, I started getting like these modeling assignments, and I started getting like these ad shoots and all of that. And I was like, okay, fine. So this is what I'm going to do for my pocket money, because I was still studying. I was only in 10th grade. I was 16 at the time.
Whoa.
So, that's when I started, yeah. And so this used to be like pocket money while I was studying, and I finished my degree, and I was like, okay, so now what? So I knew for a fact that I'm not going to do a corporate job. I'm not going to do a 9-to-5 job. So I decided to go to Bombay. I went to Anupam Kher's acting school. I did a course there, and soon after, I found this audition call on Facebook, and I decided to go to Kerala and audition for it. And I landed the role. And I was like, okay, so maybe this is my calling, and maybe this is what I'm meant to do. And soon after, things started falling into place. I started getting offers, and I was like, okay, so maybe this is my calling. And yeah, that's how I ended up here.
That's what a story. I mean, the person who found you.
You can make a movie out of this, right?
Yeah, for sure. Who's going to star you, though?
Who's going to be mine?
Who's going to star you?
Me.
You star yourself.
Who else can be Rachel there other than Rachel?
Rachel, yeah. What about the guy who saw you and said, I need to take pictures of you?
Lee, you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's first role, guys. Awesome. You are also on a cameo in Vineeth Vincent's new song, Color.
Right.
Very interesting to see you over there. Like 2 seconds,
for
3
2
seconds.
Yeah.
You're there.
I could shine only for 2 seconds.
No, you can shine a lot longer than that. But I think Vineeth is like, I want to be the star of this. So
I was like, I'll just give you this. This time I'll let you be. Yeah.
How did that happen? Walk me through that.
So that was actually very random. It happened sometime during the lockdown, like when things started to settle down a little bit.
Right.
One evening, when he calls me and he's like, are you free tonight to shoot? And I'm like, for what? And he sent me the music and he said, this is the song I would like to shoot for and I want you to be a part of it. And I said, yeah, why not? Because Vineeth's a good friend. He's been a part of my family for the longest time. So I was like, why not? I love the song. I love the whole concept behind the song.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I was like, yeah, why not? And I was bored. I had no work. We were stuck at home for the past 2 years. So I was like, anything to get out of my house and do something that I love doing.
Yeah.
So I was like, sure, why not? And we shot and I loved it.
Were you surprised that you had little screen time, little bit like 2 seconds, 3 seconds?
No, he told me like once the editing was done, he's like, Rachel, you're only there for 2 seconds. And I'm like, dude, we shot for 4 hours that night and I'm only there for 2 seconds. But since I'm in the industry and I kind of know how this works, I'm like, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if I wasn't a part of the video also. I'm like, you know what, 2 seconds is a lot.
Has that happened to you though? Like, have you shot something and they just cut you out completely?
No, so far they haven't and I hope they don't.
Yeah, I think that's not going to happen.
Thanks, Lee. Thank you for the assurance.
Of course. My pleasure. But you said that you shot this in COVID times.
Yeah, somewhere
and
around
so
that time, yeah.
You said curfew was around.
Curfew was around. We had our masks on. Curfew was around. The cops were patrolling, but then we put the shutters down and we had to maintain absolute silence on set.
My God.
Shoot this. Yeah.
Some sneaky level stuff going on around there.
Things,
but I have to make things work because all of us were bored during lockdown.
Do, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know, who is the dream director you'd love to work with?
There are so many, so many. In Malayalam, I would like to work with Vineeth Vincent. I'd like to work with Ashik Abu. But can you ask me which actor I want to act with instead of director?
Okay, my next question is, which actor would you want to
Thank
work
you.
with?
I want to work with Fahad Fasil.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's my favorite.
Actress.
Parvati. She's my favorite.
Why?
She's amazing. You have to watch her movies. She doesn't have to act. She's just, her presence is enough.
Her personality is more than enough.
Yeah. She's great on and off screen.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever see yourself stepping into Hollywood?
Is this a serious question? Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm actually legitimately asking you this.
Let's see.
Like, if Hollywood comes knocking at your door and be like, hey, we want you.
I'll open my doors wide and I'll be like, come in.
But would you want to move there and start doing like how they
why
audition?
not? I feel like ever since like Indians have been a part of a lot of Netflix shows, like ever since like Never Have I Ever with Bridgerton and so many inclusive shows like Indian actors, I feel like the doors are slowly opening, and why not?
Your new movie is an English movie also.
It is an English movie. Yeah.
Talk to us about Walking, Talking, Strawberry Ice Cream.
So that's a very interesting story, how I landed that project. And I don't think anyone's been through that process. So this happened when one of the this was during peak lockdown, when we were literally not allowed to step out, look out, nothing.
Right.
Like one of the assistant directors actually DM'd me on Instagram, and she said, we'd like to, we're working on this movie. Would you be interested? Would you like to give us a screen test? And I said, yeah, sure. But when is this even going to be lifted for us to even travel? And she said, no, we'd like you to do a Zoom audition. And I said, okay, download Zoom, download House Party, download everything possible to get in touch with them. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I haven't been through such a process before, but it was exciting because I feel like eventually we have to change with the times, right? Like, no longer do you have to be physically present to audition for movies or whatever you're doing, right? So the screen test happened online on Zoom. So we set up a Zoom call. We heard the narration on Zoom. I got my character, my script on Zoom, learned my lines, did my Zoom interview, and we did rehearsals, we did line reading, we did everything pre-production on Zoom. So it was different because, see, it's also basically like the reason why it was all based on trust, because he's not seen me. I can look absolutely different online, but I can look absolutely different in person. Right? Like, social media can be misleading. And so I was like, this is like, he's casted every single actor on this movie based on just Zoom calls and Instagram.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And so I auditioned for the first time on a Zoom call, met in person once the lockdown was lifted, and I was like, I still look like that girl on the Zoom call, right? You still want me, right? And then he's like, of course. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then we went on board. We shot for the film. That was also during COVID. Let me tell you that, like a little post after COVID, but when we still had restrictions and all of that. And we shot. And that was the first time. The reason why this movie is special to me, I got to work with a really big production house. And I dubbed for the first time in my life. So that was great. That's only because it was English. They're like, okay, this girl knows how to speak English, so we'll just let her dub. So, yeah.
So, like the chemistry, you talk about that. Was it like different on Zoom and off Zoom? Like, did you feel like...
No, I felt like as we spoke on Zoom calls, I felt like we were getting to know each other better. Like, we became buddies. And I felt like everyone was in that position to just be friends with the other person, because you can't physically meet anybody, right?
Yeah.
So everyone's your best friend on screen. Like, on House Party, how many of us have spoken to random strangers and become friends and established businesses and, networking and all of that. So I felt like we were all in a very desperate position to get work, to make friends, to just make conversations, because we were just stuck at home.
I think, that it pushed us to do a lot more things also.
Yeah.
Definitely. And now that things are opening up again, it's just a flood of like events and, meeting people, and like so many things are happening.
Right.
And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure through all this as well, you got a lot of fans. You've got like a huge fan following.
Fan?
Yeah, of course. Duh.
Look at me just asking for like...
Attention and...
and...
We're all like attention-seeking people, don't worry.
I'm your fan, don't worry.
Oh, wow.
It's a fan for fan.
She's saying that now because after she ragged me, she's like, okay, I can finally say all this. But what's the weirdest fan interaction you ever had with like a fan?
Me being attracted to a fan?
No.
A fan being attracted to
Yeah.
me?
What's the weirdest interaction you've had with a fan?
Most of my interactions are on my DMs. And
Okay.
I don't want to disclose any of it because I feel like it's really disturbing. Like... Can I say that on air?
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many things that I can't say on air.
If you say it now, we can cut it up later. Don't worry.
then you're definitely cutting it. So might as well not say it. But yeah, but it's just like random messages saying that they want to marry me.
Oh.
They're ready to do anything for me. You know,
That's
things
kinda
like
weird,
that.
yeah.
You know, like for someone they haven't seen.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah.
But so never in person, no fan interaction is like chase
No,
you
like
down.
if they see me and if they recognize me, then of course just a photo. But no one's gone crazy and overboard. No.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So touch wood, nothing so far.
Yeah.
This is wood. Yeah. Now, what's the wildest thing that has happened to you in the past year? In the past 1 year, anything that's the wildest thing that has happened to you?
Wait, what sort of wild are we talking about?
Radio friendly wild.
That I got to do, that my I debuted. Is that wild? Is that wild enough for your show? Like
Sure.
just me debuting in Sandalwood? Is that wild enough?
Is that wild enough for you? Is my
It's
question.
wild enough for me because I was born and raised here.
Right, right.
And it's special for me because, I mean, I've been doing Malayalam movies, but
Right.
to be born and raised here and to do a movie, you know, in a city that you belong to, the language you speak, and people recognize you here. You know, it's hard. I don't even live in Kerala, you know. So it feels a lot more special. It's a lot more welcoming and, you know, warm here. So that's the wildest thing Rachel has done. Okay?
Was acting.
Acted in a Kannada movie, gotten more Kannada movies after that.
Superb.
Yeah, so
That's the wildest
that's wild.
thing.
That's wild for me.
And yeah, I mean, I have a rapid fire with you. One small little
Is
rapid
this
fire
coffee
session.
with Lee?
It's gonna be one of those.
Do I have a hamper?
No hamper. You walk
This,
away with knowing
I'm not interested to play this game.
you're walking away with the fact that you spoke to Lee.
Fine.
Putting myself up there.
Okay, fine. Since you gave me coffee already, let's just play this round.
Let's do this. Nothing too fancy or hard or nothing. We just
But okay, what does it have to be like? What do my answers have to be? Honest or witty?
you listen to it, then you find out.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I feel like this is gonna be general knowledge now. Okay, like
Describe Vineeth in one word.
amazing,
Describe yourself in one word. Amazing.
amazing.
Okay, shawarma or rolls?
Roles,
Animated movies or live action movies?
animated movies,
Okay, Disney or
Disney. I'm not even going to listen to the other one.
okay. A night out clubbing or sitting at home with a good
Sitting
book?
at home and having hot chocolate and watching a movie.
Which movie would that be?
Any Disney movie.
Your comfort movie.
I have a comfort show which is Friends.
Okay. Describe me in one word. It's not rapid fire anymore.
It's not oh shit, sorry. Amazing. Lee,
Amazingly.
Huh?
Amazingly.
Amazingly.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely. Lee. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now just tell people again that you are in the, like, why they should listen to Color and watch Color.
Because Vineeth has put his heart and soul into making this. I have seen him run around, have sleepless nights, put everything he has to make this work. It's like his baby. And I've seen, like, Vineeth, he has done so much for this. Like, I've seen the sacrifice he's made for this music video. And I feel like it's not just he's representing all the musicians, you know, it's not just him, but he genuinely wants true, real talent to be seen, to be appreciated. And for that, everyone should watch Color. And also because Rachel's there for 2 seconds.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Yeah. Find me, guys, if you can, yeah?
And one last question.
Okay.
If you had to describe yourself with one color,
Black.
why?
Such a powerful color, right?
Yeah.
Not that I'm powerful, but I'm just saying, you know, I just love it.
You know, Vineeth said the exact same thing.
What?
Vineeth said that even he described himself as black.
Yeah, and
Not because
why
he said that because he was called, you know, dark when he was growing up and stuff. So he embodies that color right now.
Yeah.
And then I said,
What's your favorite color?
my favorite color is purple
Why?
because it's a very mellow and relaxing color.
Unlike you.
We've got the amazing Rachel there in the studios. Thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you for having
messing
me.
around with me, I guess. I don't know.
It's been a joy.
She just ragged me. I just talked to her and then she interviewed me again. So it's been fun. It's been real. And thank you so much for being down here.
Thank you. Bye.
Awesome.
94.3 Radio 1.